Moving on to the business analyst perspectives, we're going to be covering topics including the dashboard report, the AWS Quicksight demonstration, as well as the key findings. So let's first start with the dashboard report. So as business analysts, we have chosen the AWS Quicksight dashboard to analyze our data on. So we have divided our analysis into four different parts, including revenue, product, customer, and order fulfillment. So before diving into the key findings that we got, we're going to first take a look at the QuickSight dashboard. So for this one, we did analysis on percentage of on-time and late deliveries by month. So basically, I'm going to recreate this one in order to show the steps. The type of visuals we use for this analysis is the vertical stacked 100% bar chart. And for the x-axis, we use arrival date key aggregated by month so that we can see the monthly analysis of late and on-time deliveries. And as for the special calculated field, we call it delivery status. So we basically put in the formula in order to calculate the estimated arrival time minus arrival time to see if the order is delivered to the customers on time or late. And as for the data set, we are drawing data from item lifecycle fact. And so I basically joined the fact table with all the dimensions where I want to draw data from. We're going to visualize it. Okay, so this is the analysis that we get. So you can change the color of the late field maybe to red, and for the on-time field to green. So that's basically how we created this analysis. So next, I'm going to demonstrate the dashboard for the revenue, product, and customer part. So I'll start right from drawing the data from our data source, which is the RDS. So this time I'm going to be using the item sales fact, and I'm going to select related dimensions, join the fact table with the related dimensions. For example, this one, join it on customer key, and then click apply. So since the geolocation dim is an outtrigger from the customer dim, so I will join it with customer dim. Are done joining all the tables. I'm going to click publish and visualize it. Here, for the x-axis, I use the purchase date aggregated by year, and for the value, I use the sum of the total amount to see the total revenue for this company over years. Okay, but this time I'm gonna aggregate it by month instead. So yeah, got this one. Next is the top selling product categories. So we got this top selling product categories, just like this one. Next, it's going to be about the payment type preferences. So I'm going to create a pie chart. Yeah, so we get this payment type distribution. It's also going to be a pie chart. This time I'm going to group by the geographical data, which is the state, by different states to see which state or which part of the country we are able to generate most revenue in. That is it for the dashboard creation.
Okay, as we have seen the visualizations from the AWS QuickSight dashboard from my friend, next I will walk you through the key business insights from the data-driven perspective. So as a business analyst, my goal is to help us interpret what the numbers are telling us, and more importantly, what actions we can take by moving forward. So let's begin with our revenue trends. As we look at the revenue over time, the trend is quite clear that we experienced a strong growth from 2016 to 2017, most likely driven by the platform expansion and the growing of brand awareness. However, in 2018, growth began to slow, which indicates the possibility of the market saturation. And it's a signal that tells us that we should diversify through the new regions or the new product categories. But if we zoom in a little further to understand how the trend is showing on the monthly basis, The monthly revenue shows a sharp uptrend in 2017, with a significant spike in November. It's very likely that it's because of the seasonal events like Black Friday, but in 2018, it tells a different story because the revenue remains flat. This shift tells us that we need to improve our off-season campaign strategy, and we should focus more on the customer retention and the reactivation during the slower months. So next, let's take a closer look at what the products are actually driving our revenue. Our top performers are clearly the bed bath table, the sports leisure, and the computer accessories. These categories are consistently generating the volume and revenue. And we are also seeing the promising demand in watches, the garden tools, and perfumery, which we can target it more to increase the revenue. Um, but what we also recommend is to boost the high performing category sale with more stock and more promotion, and to create the bundle strategies that combine fast and slow moving products to increase the overall order value. So after understanding what cells are the key, we also have to understand how our customers prefer to pay. So credit cards clearly dominates here in the payment type preference. This tells us that our customers prioritize the convenience and flexibility. Meanwhile, the boleto or the payment of the internet banking in Brazil still holds some portions, especially among the non-credit card users. However, the voucher and debit card usage remains low. This may point to the visibility on our platform that is maybe not enough for them to see. So this opened up two pathways for us. What we can do is to improve the credit card checkout flow, and second is to introduce the incentives or some campaigns to show more of the alternative payment options to widen our reach to customer. And finally, let's take a geographic view of where our customers and our revenue are coming from. Unsurprisingly, the major urban area like Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro are the strongest contributors. Meanwhile, the major many states show the lower sale volume. But it's an opportunity for us to have a marketing strategy to be localized in promotions and have a stronger delivery coverage that we can unlock these new customers bases across Brazil. And moving on to the order fulfillment performance, we can see that we have consistently maintained a high on-time delivery rate, as you can see in the green bars. It reflects a strong and reliable logistic process. However, we saw a notable spike deliveries in December 2018. Sorry, it's December 2016. As you can see in the red bar here, it's likely due to the holiday season demand that exceeded our capacity. The small increases also appeared in early and mid 2018, pointing to some temporary fulfillment slowdowns. But to reduce these late deliveries or to mitigate this, we recommend that we should strengthen the seasonal demand planning and also exploring some of the logistic partnerships to handle these peaks more effectively in the future. So overall, from the insights that we have seen so far, we can tell that our data are very powerful to tell the story, as we have seen where the growth is stabilizing, what products and regions are performing well or not well, and where are the gaps that the organization should fill in. So we hope that these key findings can help improve the operational performance and to utilize in many areas of the company. So thank you so much for listening.